work on a number of memorandum of understanding that we hope to complete between the two countries within the next 2 weeks. And finally, tomorrow, to host the 9th Joint Economic Commission deliberations between our two countries. Saudi Arabia and South Africa has long-standing political, diplomatic, and economic relations. Trade currently stands at about $5 billion US. Once we add in items such as gold and oil to the published country trade data. The main exports by South Africa is gold, a wide range of fruits, two major metal products, titanium and manganese, and increasingly automobiles. South Africa imports from Saudi Arabia are overwhelmingly dominated by petroleum and petroleum chemical byproducts, with fertilizers a very important additional import. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to focus on improving trade and investment links so that we can increase this further. Saudi Arabia has a trade surplus with South Africa due to its large oil exports. We can help to improve the trade balance with greater manufactured and food product exports, both to the Saudi market and by using Saudi as a base, as a gateway for exports to the rest of the Middle East. Building in on Vision 2030 of Saudi Arabia and its own industrialization goals. South Africa is a strong value proposition for investors from many parts of the world, and I would like to tell the business delegation about these. Last year, the Ford Motor Company decided to invest $1 billion US in expanding the auto production plant in South Africa. The decision led in turn to 10 large component suppliers of Ford deciding to bring their investments to South Africa, and we've opened a major supplier park. Last October, we launched the new Toyota Corolla Cross, the first hybrid vehicle produced at commercial scale on the African continent. And Mercedes-Benz rolled out the new C-Class Mercedes, produced locally, one of only 3 places globally where it's produced, the other being Bremen in Germany and Beijing in China. This year we launched the production of the new D-Max light delivery vehicle produced by Isuzu. Aspen, a South African pharmaceutical company with global operations, has been producing the J&J COVID vaccine in South Africa, and recently it launched Africa's first production of an anesthetic used in hospitals to be exported from South Africa to countries across the world. BioVac, another South African company, landed a contract to produce the Pfizer vaccine, and Afrigen is developing an mRNA-based vaccine, while local firms have produced PCR testing kits and ventilators used for emergencies in hospitals. I raise these examples, ladies and gentlemen, to show the capability in the South African market, ranging from advanced manufacturing to industrial innovation. To scale these up, we look for partnerships, investment partnerships from Saudi businesses, and I will be finalizing discussions with my counterpart on a joint investment fund that we hope to announce at the time of the planned state visit. South Africa is also a large food producer. We're currently the second largest citrus fruit producer or exporter in the world, and a major supplier to global markets of avocados, nuts, apples, grapes, apricots, and peaches, among many different types of fruit. We supply a range of fruit juices. Excellency, I hope you will taste this product. It's called Appletizer. It's an apple-based fizzy drink, all natural, sparkling. And we have a unique tea called Rooibos tea. Rooibos tea. And before the business delegation leaves South Africa, you have to taste this product. I hope we can also whet the appetites of Saudi consumers for these beverages. To tease Minister Bandar Ibrahim Al-Khorayef, I've also prepared a taster portion of South African dates for him. And I offered him one of these dates as we settle down here now this morning, which I suppose is as bold as South Africa trying to sell oil to the Saudis. But, Excellency, you can serve it with macadamia nuts. And I should note that South Africa is the largest supplier of macadamia nuts to Saudi Arabia, accounting for more than 50% of your total imports. We have many other nuts you can have with these dates. South African lamb and beef has had a large Muslim consumer market here in South Africa, with a history of Muslims in South Africa for more than 350 years. And indeed, South Africa is an exporter of meat to a number of countries in the global halal market, including Malaysia and the United Arab Emirates. When our President Ramaphosa, visited the Dubai World Expo in March this year, I asked His Excellency to visit a store selling South African dried beef. We have something that we particularly like. It's different types of ways in which we have dried meat, and all of these dried meat are also available increasingly in global markets. And these meat are all of them are halal. One of the companies where we had the meat in Dubai will now also be opening a store in Saudi Arabia. And our meat is accepted in the UAE through the Gulf Cooperation Council Halal Accreditation Authority of 6 countries, of which Saudi Arabia is a member. And this halal accreditation body is based indeed in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi market can benefit from the food production capacity of South Africa, assisting with your need to diversify food supplies in an unpredictable world, with opening up of trade and investment links. But it's not just food and cars. Our service sectors have enormous strengths. South Africa has large firms active in entertainment, in filmmaking, and in sports hosting. We hosted the World Cup in 2010. As the delegation will know, the luxurious Burj Al Arab hotel in Dubai was built by Marian Roberts, a South African construction company. As you consider the development of new Saudi cities and the expansion of your tertiary, entertainment and sport businesses, there are South African companies who can be your joint venture counterparts and partners in Saudi Arabia. There's opportunities in logistics, with port infrastructure, with shipping, and our education market. The quality of our universities is really one that we can build greater partnerships. Excellency, you will recall when you were in Cape Town, you took me around the small exhibition of Saudi products. And each of those stands were occupied and led by a Saudi citizen. And many of those citizens were in Cape Town studying at the local university, at the University of Cape Town. That's right. They were full of praise for the quality of the education they were receiving. We have some of the strongest mining companies with experience across a range of minerals and geological types, with production also of significant technologies and expertise used by mining companies across the world. In fact, the Western deep-level mines at almost 4 kilometers are the deepest in the world, highlighting the engineering expertise we have in mining and related sectors. So there's a South African company called Bell Equipment. It's a global supplier of yellow metal trucks and dumpsters. Given Saudi Arabia's own ambitions in mining, there are opportunities for stronger partnership across that value chain, from mining services through to the production of the technologies and the dumpster equipment. Partnership exists in proprietary petrochemical technologies that a big South African firm, Sasol, has, as well as in renewable energy and we have a large Saudi Arabian company busy and active in the South African market in energy. We see opportunities in desalination technologies, in telecommunications, and in rail technologies. We are procuring close to 7,000 megawatts of solar and wind energy shortly, and this will expand further in future. We're also finalizing work on green hydrogen and have a number of projects lined up, and the exchange of technical expertise and experiences can be helpful to both of our countries. I would like to welcome the new South Africa-Saudi Business Council with representatives from both of our countries. The South African representatives come from sectors such as food, pharmaceuticals, information technology, petrochemicals, defense, mining technologies, healthcare, and the entertainment industry. The council will be co-chaired by Dr. Stavros Nikolai from Aspen Pharmaceuticals and will consist of Vuyokazi Makapela from Afrivet, Nizam Kala from AMCA, Elias Monachi from the Black Business Council, Leon Hussein from Bell Equipment, Justin Chadwick from the Citrus Growers Association, Dr. Mulefi Motuku from Mintech, Gloria Serobi from Denel, Muhammad Nasif from Dersots, Julian Singonzo from Premier Foods, Matthew Karan from Karan Beef, Priscilla Mabilani from Sasol, Cascuvadia from the Business Unity South Africa Association, Alan Turnley Jones from Dimension Data, a software company, AJ Grisel from the South African Table Grapes Association, Anand Singh from Video Vision Entertainment, and Noel Doyle from Tiger Brands. I wish to express my appreciation for the South African business people who will be representing not only their businesses, but the wider South African business community with a particular focus and mandate to find opportunities where small and medium enterprises can benefit from this economic relationship. I've spoken about South African industrial capabilities, but I should also point to the opportunities for investors to reach other markets through South Africa. South Africa has a free trade deal with the European Union and the United Kingdom, and we have duty-free access for a large number of products to the United States market. We're busy completing the African Continental Free Trade Area, which will be a large new free trade agreement knitting together some 54 African countries. And so when you invest in South Africa, you're investing into an opportunity to reach that much wider market. Saudi Arabian investment in South Africa is concentrated in renewable energy, in business services, and in communication. These include the Aqua International, and we in discussion now about ways to expand this and attract new investment from Saudi Arabia in priority sectors such as food production, manufacturing, energy, mining, and petrochemicals. In the past 4 years, investors have pledged about $65 billion in fresh investment at the annual South African investment conferences. Investors from all over the world, United States, China, the European Union, India, the United Kingdom, countries in Latin America and in the Middle East. They've done so because foreign investors are confident about the South African legal system and the security of their investment. We would like to see many more Saudi investors joining them. Our focus is on creating sustainable jobs, particularly for young people, and foreign investment can contribute to expanding our gross domestic product and jobs. To sum up, Excellency, South Africa is already the largest supplier of mandarins, of lemons and pears to the Saudi market. But the scope for increased exports is vast, given the size of the market. There are many products, including cars, fruit, sugar, meat, paper and industrial chemicals, and mining equipment, and a range of services in construction, mining, entertainment, education, and IT. We can buy more fertilizer products, as well as the derivatives of petroleum products, and we see an opportunity for significant new investment from Saudi Arabia in a number of South African value chains, in manufacturing, in hotels, in entertainment, working through joint ventures and with the investment fund that the two governments are currently working on to conclude. The heart of the relationship is going to be the private sectors. It's the South African private sector and the Saudi private sector. It's unleashing that energy that my colleague and I want to do. Finally, for the delegation of business people, we hope you have fruitful exchanges with your counterparts, that you get to know them better, that you build long-term relationships which always go beyond business. They become friendships between our two business communities. But I also hope that the Saudi business delegation can visit different parts of South Africa, from the long sandy beaches along our coastlines to the spectacular view of two oceans from the top of a mountain in Cape Town, to the game reserves where you will find wild animals in their natural habitat, or the cultural riches of our country and our jazz music, or that you visit one of the largest science projects, the Square Kilometre Array, constructing what will be the world's largest radio telescope. Taste our food, including beef cooked over an open fire, or dried in the sun, or served at a steakhouse. Watch our movies that tell the South African story, or dance along with our music. And come back with your families. I thank you.
Thank you, Minister, for that speech, and so illustrating the opportunities that is available within the South African context, and also highlighting not least the need, but effectively why there's a because of cooperation, both in country to country and business to business. Let me now call on Minister Bandar Al-Khorayef to give his opening remarks from the Saudi side. Mr. Bandar.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for this amazing speech. I can't promise the same. Also, for someone who has been in sales, I think you make a very good salesman, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, co-chair of the Saudi-South African Joint Committee, Mr. Ibrahim Patel. It is my honor to be here with you in this meeting. I'm happy to be back in South Africa after my first visit in May, attending in Durban to explore our possibilities in the mining sector. But today, we talk about a wider range of responsibility between our two countries. I would like, first of all, to extend my gratitude to Your Excellency for the generous hospitality during our visit to your beautiful country, and for helping foster and closely ties between the two countries. I would also like to extend my thanks to all of my colleagues and also the South African side for making this round table happen today. This would have not happened without a dedication between parties organizing this event. For us in Saudi Arabia, South Africa is an important partner, and therefore we are committed to developing a strong and deeper investment and trade links. We are prepared to place these ties in the center of everything we do. I would also like to thank the business community for both South Africa and Saudi Arabia for their contribution and support to these efforts, because without them it will be very hard to see a relation continue strong. Businesses today create the right platform for governments to have sustainable relations based on common interests. And therefore, as governments, we are committed to help doing so. These are very interesting times where we can see that providing great opportunities for more collaboration between the public and private sector to solve different challenges, such as supply chain disruption that we have seen in the last 2 years, and focus on integrating important sector for the future. Conducting this roundtable is key to learning about the opportunities offered by both of our great countries and discuss ways that we can create resilience and sustainable partnership. I encourage you all to use this platform to present your ideas and share the ways that we can best help as governments so that you can take advantage of the different opportunities and also dealing with the challenges that you may face. It is our role to continue to facilitate the engagements, support collaboration, and to provide a seamless ecosystem. As our partners, the private sector's role is to develop the opportunities that promote the growth of our countries. We are committed to support a partnership that stands the test of time, solidifying our partnership, deepening and enhancing opportunities for the benefit of our two countries is key priority. Part of Saudi Arabia's growth story have been through national champions, companies which have helped us realize more of our goals. Some of these champions companies are here with us today as a testimony to our seriousness to create bridges of growth and business with South Africa. These companies can not only be your partner in Saudi Arabia or in South Africa, but also in and in Asia and elsewhere around. In addition to the other companies that we see available here and many others at home. During these unprecedented times, my country, Saudi Arabia, has been transforming in so many ways, and a number of reforms have been adopted through the implementation of our Vision 2030. This vision is aimed to diversify our economy. This diversification is focusing in key sectors such as mining, where we see South Africa is a great partner to learn from, as it is a country that has explored mining for many, many years. And I'm sure different sectors will have great opportunities of learning and cooperating with each other. These structural reforms also in our Saudi market centers on public policies which aim to direct investors towards strategic sectors such as transportation, military, agriculture, energy, education, healthcare, entertainment, and so on. By working together and continuing to promote business and trade with friends and partners like South Africa, we can bring change to our economy and use it as a catalyst to change the world in a positive way that benefits the next generation in our two countries. We continue to promote continuous bilateral discussions between all parties, and I hope that you do not hesitate to seek help when required. Let us work together to make up for the lost time during what was a global disruption. Let us work together to accelerate collaboration and bring growth to our economies. In closing, I would like to again express my sincere appreciation for your attendance and supporting this process of mutual engagement in the beautiful city of Pretoria. Thank you.
Thank you, for that illuminating speech. Importantly, the Minister spoke about the business